Just brief words. Your caucus is not happy. They've made the case that the NDC or the MPP have caused financial loss to the state. What's the thinking of the NDC side right now?
You heard leader say that we are not happy. And I think that the entire nation shouldn't be happy, because these are the group of people that are being entrusted with the power to exercise executive power of states. And in doing so, your party has formed government and they are in parliament. They are supposed to bring government business for us to transact. Now, I reference this matter that Speaker, this group of MPs, they dilly-dallied from between June and early July. Businesses that were to have been considered, they dilly-dallied, they toyed with it until Speaker adjourned the House CNDA on 30th of July. On 31st of July, they filed for another recall, if you remember. When we came, they listed a lot. In fact, in that letter to Speaker, they practically embarrassed Speaker by using unprintable words. Speaker didn't budge. Speaker recalled the House. When we came here, the number of items that they listed as being of national interest, as being urgent, blah, blah, they came to have us approve a loan. And then that was the end. After 2 days, Speaker had to adjourn the House CNDA because they walked out on the second day. And so we couldn't attain quorum, a decisional quorum. We had a commencement quorum. So we adjourned CNDA. The next day, then they filed for this recall and listed a whole list of businesses as being of national interest, as being urgent, and therefore ought to be considered before today. Speaker again complied. How do you abuse exercise of executive power of state this way? Abuse of resources and abuse of opportunity. Because the people of this country, majority gave them the opportunity to be in government and to exercise executive power of state. This is how they abuse it.
Are you of the view that this is deliberate by the MPP side not to show up?
This is not deliberate, you heard Speaker say they wrote they wrote a major memo for a recall, and 2 days later they added an addendum to the recall, indicating a certain tall list of businesses to be considered, including the establishment of 8 universities in a day. So if you recall the House, and we are here, I had to leave Southern yesterday at night just to be able to attend to the business today.
What's the next line?
And then we come, and you don't even show respect to matters of state. These are matters of state protocol. These are affairs of state. You don't even show up to whatever excuse there are. Come and tell the nation why you think that we shouldn't do business today and that we should do it tomorrow. Come and tell the country.
What's the next line of action for the NDC caucus?
But the tragedy, you see, what I want to add is that the tragedy of the situation is that because it's a constitutional provision, they can even trigger it again this evening. And Speaker is compelled under the constitutional stipulations to abide. That is the tragedy of the situation that we have.
So what happened to your suit? What happened to your suit on the vacant seat ruling?
Yes, that's a fresh matter. It's in the court. I believe that Speaker should be served today or tomorrow, and so that we'll take it out from there.
Finally, what's the next line of action for the NDC caucus?
There's no next line of action for us. We are public servants, dutifully voted for by our constituents to attend to Parliament and conduct business, so that anytime we are called upon by Parliament to conduct parliamentary business, we do. So NDC, we can only point out the flaws, the problems that the MPP is creating for this country. There's no constitutional crisis. They have created their own crisis. And let me tell you why. You have an indisciplined army. That is why 2 of your members decided to go independent. The origin of all this issue is because 2 sitting members of Parliament on the ticket of the MPP have gone AWOL. they've gone to run independent, and there's a notice of poll from the Electoral Commission to that effect. They've been assigned their independent symbols, and they've been assigned their independent colors. They no longer bear the color of the NPP. And to confirm this, the NPP has also gone ahead to sponsor candidates, their own chosen candidates for the same constituency in the same contest. So the constitution says when that happens, these people must leave parliament. And again, we are also saying that a sitting member of parliament has also decided to now join the NPP formally, and now is contesting on the ticket of the NPP. He's been assigned the NPP logo, he's been assigned the NPP color in consonance with Regulation 14 and 15 of CI 127 by the Electoral Commission. So when these things happen, all right, the constitution is very clear as to what should happen. When speaker makes pronouncement on that, then you say no, the people, even though they are no longer with us, they must not leave parliament. So it is not a crisis created by anybody. It is a crisis that originates from themselves. All right. So we are saying that if there is any blame to be assigned in this matter, the blame falls squarely on the NPP. They cannot keep an indisciplined army.
Honorable, finally, will the NDC make a move to guard against what the speaker also describes as the abuse of Order 53, where for any reason at all, anyone can just evoke to recall parliament? Are you minded to just raise an issue?
No,
the abuse of it.
The standing orders, invocation of the standing orders is secondary, because it is the constitutional provision of 112 that is always invoked first. Then you back it up with the standing orders. So to say that if there's anything we can do to prevent it from happening, there's nothing we can do. It's a constitutional provision that they at any time at any material time can invoke. But the abuse,
you have the view that it's been abused.
Perhaps maybe I should also get my caucus members to also apply for a recall. Yeah, we should also apply for a recall. Yes, maybe we should also consider NDC will now apply for a recall.
Wow.
And then we'll look at what happens thereafter.
Thank you so much.